Monolith is a great developer. They've made reliably fantastic shooters for 2 decades. Like the Fear series, the Condemned series, No One Lives Forever. They like having series. They make a sequel to everything. They love sequels so much, they made Alien vs. Predator 2, and they didn't even make Alien vs. Predator 1. That was Rebellion, who I have a strong feeling will end up on this show someday. I'm tempted to do Alien vs. Predator 3, also known as Alien vs. Predator, because fuck you. Because it has a locked 65-degree field of view. On PC. But Monolith made this game here, this classic, this final and arguably best game in the holy trinity of build games, Blood. If you're a new school FPS fan, you don't want to play Blood, because it's going to bend you over and turn your colon into no man's land. It's a difficult game, but it's a beautifully atmospheric, brilliantly designed, darkly comic gore fest that feels like a John Woo movie mashed into Evil Dead, and was cheating a little on the side with a Western. There's just this bouncy, joyful movement, unique and fun weapons, one of the best shotguns ever put into a video game. A million cool little Easter eggs and secrets, drenched in action and horror references, and a player character that, despite being constantly murdered by the game's almost unfairly designed enemies, is the baddest motherfucker in the world. He makes Duke Nukem look like a slightly misogynistic Boy Scout. He'd rip the Duke's intestines out and play with them while cackling like a maniac and accidentally burning down an orphanage. I kinda have to catch everybody up on Blood because today we're talking about its absolutely bug-fucking-sane sequel. But plenty of people aren't familiar with the original. You play as Caleb, a gunslinger, and the devotee of the dark god Chernobog, sometime in the late 1920s, I think.
Welcome, my servants. My slaves.
What is your bidding, master?
You and a few others called the Chosen, made up of Ishmael, Gabriel, and Ophelia, Caleb's girlfriend. Chernobog decides that they betrayed him, and so he has his minions kill them before tossing Caleb into a grave somewhere.
I've taken your love. Now I will take your life. Consider my power in a hollow grave.
But sometime later, Caleb is just so angry about this, he wakes up, quotes Army of Darkness, and starts murdering literally everyone.
I live again.
There are innocent people running around, and while you don't have to kill them, they have a chance of dropping health, and you'll need it, because damn, this game is hard. It's doable, but the easier skills called Still Kicking and Pink on the Inside are kind of like normal skills in regular games. Anything above that, and Chernobog's cultists start lobbing sticks of dynamite at you. It's a bad time, but it's not what I would consider too unfair until you get to the highest skills, well done and extra crispy. Anyway, spoilers ahead for this game. Not that it really matters, it's a 90s shooter. While there is a story and it's not bad, it's not what we're here for. But Blood 2 requires some context. In each of the 4 sections of the game, you face a boss. The first 3 are the monsters from the opening cutscene. You find Ophelia in the first episode on an altar killed by this giant stone gargoyle.
Show yourself! Show yourself!
You hear that? That's Caleb's voice actor Stephen Waite killing it. His raspy, maniacal, sometimes deadpan, always awesome performance is one of the things that really set this character apart. After Ophelia, you go after Gabriel, or Ishmael, I'm not sure. You fight another boss, this time a giant spider.
Came a spider and sat down beside her and said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?"
Long came a spidey, sat down beside, he said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch?" Oh!
And you eat his fucking heart. That's how you get health in Blood. You eat people's hearts, or life essences, which is just metal as fuck. Then you go after Cerberus, the 2-headed hellhound who took Gabriel, or Ishmael, and you kill him before finally going after Chernobog and fighting all of them again to get to him.
I have awaited you. Kneel before me.
I'm gonna have to put you down.
He's a giant skeletal monstrosity that sets you on fire by looking at you.
Can you not see? Every life that you have taken has made you stronger. And you have returned to me with a greater sacrifice than I ever could have wished. With the power you bring, I shall throw open the door between the worlds and inherit the Earth.
Chernobog had a neat plan this whole time. See, Caleb becomes more powerful the more he kills, and so Chernobog brought him back so that he could kill all the things and become more and more powerful so that Chernobog could kill him and absorb that power. That turned out to be a mistake.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with a gun.
Caleb kills him, walks off into the sunset, and presumably does badass stuff for badasses. And then there's Blood 2. Funny thing, guess what happened? According to Jace Hall, Monolith CEO and seemingly awesome guy,
it bothers us that Blood 2 happened the way it did. But the bottom line is that GT Interactive controlled whether or not additional work and support got done on Blood 2 or not. This concept is something that eludes most gamers. They think that Monolith could have just gone on and fixed Blood 2 if we really wanted to. Not true. I'll explain why. All Monolith said to GT was, based on the amount of time we were allocated and the various events that have occurred during development, here is where we are. If you want us to continue, here is what it will cost. We would encourage you to allow us to continue. Then, GT shipped Blood 2.
Jace Hall, being pretty diplomatic about the whole situation, is saying that GT Interactive, which was being bought out by Infogrames at the time, which would later become Atari, what the fuck? All this corporate acquisition shit makes my brain hurt, but it looks like here we are again talking about a game made by obviously skilled developers shoved out the door too early. Guess it didn't sell well enough to fund patching the game, and perhaps, just maybe if you release a finished game to the public, they might buy it. Just a thought. It's easy enough to talk about a bad game on this show. It's entirely different to talk about a weird three-quarters finished franchise killer that has sadistic design choices like the first game without the polish to make them work. Oh, and also the story, graphics, physics, sound, and gameplay are an endlessly fascinating train wreck, a Frankenstein's monster of ambitious ideas and budgetary constraints. You know what? I'm not here to shit all over Blood 2. I'm here to celebrate it and
You son of a...
Fuck this game with a pineapple. It's not done. It needs to go back in the oven for another few months. How undercooked is this game?
It's fucking raw!
Buckle up, kids. It's gonna be a long one.
We are the Cabal. I, Gideon, am its sinister genius leader. Servants of the one that binds, the dark god Chernobog. Until a century ago, everything was going according to our evil plans.
This guy knows his plans are evil. That's helpful. Say hi to Gideon and get used to him, because you're gonna spend 98% of the game chasing him.
We never expected to be betrayed by one of our own. His name was Caleb.
Caleb isn't actually a skeleton, and also, you never expected to be betrayed by him? Chernobog sure as hell did, since that was the whole point of his plan. I mean, did you kill him, his girlfriend, and the other Chosen and expect that the insane Wild West gunslinger would opt for a peaceful solution?
He destroyed our god and absorbed the power of Chernobog.
So fucking with him is a good idea.
I will destroy Caleb. I will mash his intestines beneath my feet like rotten grapes. And Caleb will die for the last time.
You can play as any of the four Chosen, who have slightly different stats. Ishmael has the best magical ability, which is great, except you don't get any good magical weapons until more than halfway through the game. Ophelia and Gabriella are both a little more balanced. Oh, yeah, Gabriel is Gabriella now. That will be explained later. Caleb has the worst magical abilities, but you can only get the cutscenes if you play as Caleb. And you want to play as Caleb because he maxes out at 200 health, unlike Ishmael who maxes at 100.
You are walking dead.
All the other characters also don't carry as much ammo as Caleb. Caleb can carry 500 bullets while Ishmael can carry 100 and so on. It's mostly different health, ammo, and speed stats, but also each character is fully voiced. But since Stephen White is back... Stephen White? Wait?
Your bad day just got worse.
He's still the best out of all of them, and hearing some of Ophelia and Gabriella's one-liners will turn you off these characters pretty quickly.
You will not even have a chance to pull the trigger. Your death will be that of a weakling. If you run, you're only gonna die tired. Your fear is understandable. It's gonna hurt.
The skill levels are genocide, homicide, and suicide, but I'm gonna see if I can make those a little clearer. Genocide, insultingly easy. You can jib enemies with a pistol shot. Homicide, hair-pullingly unfair.
You son of a...
That's what I decided to play on because I have rules, and I don't do it on easy. I wanted to.
Play it right, Civvie.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal skill, right? Homicide? I've done homicides before. Most of them weren't too hard.
Confession noted.
You don't know me. I didn't say nothing. Suicide. Don't even bother. You'd get farther tying your dick to a ceiling fan. Every level has some text before it, and here's a good one. You just can't sit and enjoy your new issue of Guns and Jibs while suffering the subway in peace these days. First, that ticket guy dared to confiscate your flask of old Red 99, and then that spineless conductor had to stop the train for an hour just because some snot-nosed brat in a baby carriage rolled onto the tracks. Jesus, okay man, I'm on board, but you were about to go up there and give him a piece of his own mind. Then you recognize his voice and realize that your day was about to get interesting. Jesus, I hope so.
This is Gideon, your guest conductor. Hold on tight. The ride might get a little bloody.
Bring it on.
Wait, did Gideon put that baby on the tracks to stop the train so he could get on and try to kill Caleb, an undead lunatic with godlike power, with a few goons on a train? Amateur. Last time someone tried to kill Caleb on a train, Caleb instead killed the train and crashed it into a carnival.
Wow, this promises to be fun.
God, that was fucking amazing.
Looks like there's killing.
And the first person you shoot takes 7 or 8 pistol shots. That seems like a lot for a pantsuited cultist, but hey, you can dual wield a few of the weapons in this game, like the pistol. Any game that has you John Wooing within 10 minutes deserves some credit. You're just making your way through this train while these guys shoot at you, picking up their hearts for health because it turns out that you're gonna hemorrhage hit points while being forced through a straight shooting gallery. You can also kill innocent people in this game for health, too. Holy shit. I just stabbed that guy and he exploded into jibs. They won't even be able to use his dental records to identify him. That's fucked up. Here's a weird thing. I put like 8 bullets into that first cultist, and then 2 into this one, and then 4 into this one. The damage in this game is some of the wonkiest RNG shit I've ever seen.
Fucking roll!
Are you feeling lucky?
Seriously, are you feeling lucky? Because it looks like shooting you could either mildly annoy you or instantly turn you into chunky salsa. You get to the front of the train, Gideon is gone, he laughs from somewhere. The train crashes and everything fades to black except the blood effects.
Fucking roll!
Suddenly you're on the train platform.
Hey buddy, you alright? You look like hell. Ah, this is not my day.
Right, okay, swearing is a no-no, but I can still kill every innocent person I find?
This place is a madhouse.
Yup, just checking. Okay.
Don't have much luck with trains, do you?
Is that a callback? Because I think it's trains that don't have much luck with me.
You just made your second mistake. You stuck around.
Oh, really? What was my first mistake?
Letting me live.
He's not wrong. See this camera movement in the cutscenes? Honest to God, this is as good as it gets. You'll see, but...
It's raw!
So you chase after Gideon, taking down more and more of his henchmen, picking up an Uzi, a flare gun, and destroying tons of stuff in the environment.
Damn it!
Which all shatters into just random pieces of wood and metal. Look, this gravestone turns into cinder blocks. This thing turns into cinder blocks. Jesus Christ, here's this lady again. And there she is too, 10 feet away.
Fucking roll!
I don't know, he just stuck his head in too far, I guess.
I'm your best reason to be afraid.
I think I stunned her. She just stopped dead.
Fucking roll!
This isn't terrible yet. You follow Gideon to the Museum of Antiquities. Deckard's spinner from Blade Runner shows up in the sky, and you can blow it up, giving you a nice 100 health pickup. Then you try to go into the museum, and...
Museum of Antiquities is now closed. Normal operating hours are 3 to 5 p.m. daily. Admission is $17. Please keep your children on a leash at all times. Thank you.
This is, substantially wackier than the last game. Sure, blood is ridiculous, but it didn't have Janine over here being a bitch behind a PA speaker. Anyway, fuck you, Janine. I'm not paying $17 to get shot at by religious fanatics. Okay, fine, I guess that's my fault. I didn't expect the speaker to explode like a fucking grenade. I should have seen that coming, and it blows up the lock and the chain over the door, and it's still locked.
Locked.
It's Rogue, come on!
Random things that you wouldn't think explode, they tend to explode in this game. You know, when they don't shatter into random piles of rubble. And explosion damage in this game is fun because it isn't negated by cover or being behind a wall. It just plows right through and kills you. These barrels that I think are stuffed with corpses, they explode too.
Fucking roll!
You can still get into the museum, of course, by blowing up a pipe on the fire escape to get into a vent, and then onto the walled-in roof. A hologram of Gideon appears for reasons and says a thing.
Today I witness the fall of the great betrayer.
Yeah, okay, sure.
You will be purged. The Cabal will live again.
The Cabal isn't dead. Caleb already was purged. Look at how that turned out.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with a gun.
I have a feeling that they just had random lines sitting around as placeholders in the beta version, and that GT Interactive shipped the beta version. But this isn't too bad yet. Sure, it has fuck all to do with the first game. The weapons aren't quite as interesting. I mean, we have a flare gun, but it's... I don't know, it really doesn't burn things very well. And it also has that problem where you can shoot something one time and kill it, or shoot something 9 or 10 times and kill it. I feel like embedding 10 signal flares in someone's upper body might slow them down, but... Nah. Here's where the cracks really start to appear. Cultists of any variety can wield pretty much any of the weapons you can. Not dual wield, thankfully. But they don't really need to, because as soon as they see you, there isn't any reaction time. They've already shot you. This bastard nails me with a flare, and Caleb screams until long after it's out. Get used to that. The voice clips in this game tend to be absolute chaos. Not getting cut off by death, pain, whatever.
Fucking roll!
Everyone is going to be talking, but you'll be too busy dying to notice. This is where the game is relatively easy. Relatively. You get your trusty shotgun, which has gotten a serious downgrade. It's way less accurate, reloads a lot slower, but I guess it does more damage? Ooh, here's where the plot of the game collapses. We're about 20 minutes in. Here's Gideon, his mad scientist guy's magic singularity generator, which is basically a portal gun, and that other guy is just another mook. He's not important.
What the hell is this?
That's unexpected. I guess I'll need to recalibrate the singularity settings.
I mean, I could go into why this is nonsense technobabble, but remember how I said I'd explain why Gabriel is now Gabriella? I lied because I don't know and neither does the game.
It's a long story.
Save it for someone who cares.
Is that anywhere to greet an old friend?
Just look at how she's holding that minigun. How do you hold a minigun with one hand?
Fucking roll!
Why is it the thing that games fuck up is fucking miniguns?
I need to go with you. Find out what's going on.
Could you fill me in on it? I'm missing a lot of the details. Also, the guy you're chasing is standing right there with a dysfunctional singularity generator, and your friend, who they also murdered, just showed up with a minigun. Why are you talking? Kill!
You're not my type.
Looked in the mirror lately? You'll not catch yourself.
What the what is with the ding? Is that what extra-dimensional portals sound like? So you just keep going after that. Portals are bringing weird creatures into the world, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. So now that we've reached level 3, it's time to revisit level 1. No, I mean most of the exact same areas again, only with new monsters, one of which being the Shikari. And the Shikari is an ugly, horny rat fucker from hell. It jumps around, a lot of the time landing right on top of you, spits out acid that can take at least 40 hit points off you, and screeches like a banshee. And reliably takes 3 or 4 point-blank double-barreled shotgun blasts to the face. And they're fucking everywhere. Sometimes in packs. Most of the time in packs. When they do spit acid, which is most of the time, they have the same kind of accuracy as every other enemy in this game, which is roughly 99.99999999999%. I've read that it's weak to fire damage, but I haven't really had any luck with that. I mean, you can't really tell with the way the damage of this fucking game works. Then you get introduced to the laughably ineffectual soul drudges. Another common enemy. Melee-only zombies that were humans before getting taken over by bone leech. They're actually less hazardous than the bone leeches themselves, which are obnoxious little bastards that screw your ears and your face, and the only way to get them off is to spam the use key. But these things are so much more annoying, making that horrible slithering sound the whole time. Which is the only way you'll ever know that they're around, because the designers like to hide them in dark corners and underwater. The Soul Drudge is a joke, but can also be a bullet sponge because the damage system is completely fucked. They're the stupidest enemies by far, and have a habit of standing around doing nothing while the rest of their friends get attacked. They telegraph their attacks so blatantly that I can knife entire groups of them to save ammo. Even if it takes forever. You don't really need to shoot them if you can learn their patterns, and because of the random damage, well, just look.
No one can stop me.
Fucking roll!
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me? You're not gonna look so good with your face ripped off.
Yeah, let me tell you what. You didn't see anything, okay? Nothing at all. Just keep walking. You saw nothing.
Fucking roll!
So you go through the laundromat again, which takes you to, you guessed it, a sewer level.
Fucking roll!
Man, do you hate sewers. You're not kidding, I really do. Sewer levels are almost always cheap, easy, lazy levels full of horrors and monsters, and not much in the way of actual interesting gameplay. The text implies that Gideon is going to a Cabal safe house, a funny thing to need when you have an international corporation of evildoers at your disposal, but what do I know? As soon as you get through the sewer, it takes you directly into Cabalco, which is kinda handy. Is this the safe house? The Cabal Center for Disease Management? Nice digs. Anyway, you have to make it through these labs to get to the elevator that will take you to the roof. To do that, you have to... Oh, god damn it. Bullshit! Bullshit! You need one goddamn Shikari to spawn right in your face, only for you to turn around and have another one spawn and box you in. Fuck you! You get your first energy weapon off a dead cultist. It's the Tesla cannon, a holdover from the first game that has, for the most part, gotten a downgrade. It fires slower projectiles at a slower rate, eats up 2 cells per shot, and the secondary fire is effective but wasteful. I don't know why 100 years ago the thing was so much better. I'm sure this is what Nikola Tesla had in mind when he invented it too. There's a lot of scientists chilling out here doing evil science stuff, and they all have a real bad case of GoldenEye syndrome. This level introduces you to the game's key hunting mechanics, which are all over the place. See, you can pick up one of these key cards for any number of locked doors, but the key cards are really tiny, completely flat, and hard to see. In other levels, you get real keys, which are also flat and two-dimensional for some reason.
It's real, come on!
For fuck's sake, the first game didn't have two-dimensional keys, and the first game was fucking two-dimensional! They can get lost in a pile of rubble, or just be too small to notice at first, or even worse, they can face you at a 90-degree angle and be invisible because they're completely flat. You get into the elevator and then spend the majority of the level in that elevator. See, Gideon's executive airship is docked at the top, which makes me wonder why he needs a safe house since he has a giant goddamn airship and a very large tower, both of which are full of armed guards. This elevator ride lasts for about 1 minute and 20 seconds, and the rest of the level lasts about 45 seconds, including the cutscene in the middle.
Hello. The choice is yours. Walk now and live. Stay and die.
I'm staying.
Then you're dying.
It's 2 rooms and then a bridge, and walking out onto the bridge exits the level. That elevator ride was building suspense because you were going to fight this guy. You know, this guy, Lumpy. You do, however, get one of the most useful weapons in the game, the sniper rifle, and while it still takes 5 or 6 shots to kill a Shikari, it takes 1 shot to make these guys drop their weapons and become suicide bombers. I didn't even notice they did this until I randomly decided to not shoot one and see if he would get back up and try and kill me. The animation lasts for so long that I just figured he'd die of thirst before he got up again, but no, he kamikazes you. Honestly, I played this game before, and this never happened to me because I was too busy making sure all of them were properly dead. Let's talk about the airship. I mean, damn, look at this one from the last level. You might be able to fit in the cockpit, but this one, maybe it's because this is the executive airship, and so it's really, really huge. I mean, really huge. It's 2 maps. And I found that it was about here that the game really starts to mercilessly bone you. You get lots of cultists in confined areas sporting hit-scan weapons that they will hit you with the second you enter their field of view.
Come out!
Unless you know exactly where they're going to be, you can't hit them first. Even if you do know where they're going to be, you can't hit them first. Now, groups of low-level enemies in Blood were pretty easy to deal with because you had dynamite. And you have similar bombs in Blood too, except they suck. They're not even bound to weapon slots. You get them in your inventory. You have to select them, equip them, toss them, and then there's another key for the remote bomb to detonate. Not alt-fire, mind you, because that's how that should work. You can't just toss one and have it go off. You need to either wait, use the proximity bomb and wait more, or use the remote bomb and get your shit pushed in, because there is no way, during a fight where you have enemies that are constantly shooting you, that you have time to go into the pecker-sucking inventory, select the right colored bomb, and toss it. The alternative to this, and the more effective method, is using the bug spray canisters. Yes, bug spray canisters. You can load up on these things, and at the cost of 5 vaguely defined units of ammo, you can shoot one like a grenade from this duct tape attachment to the assault rifle that's just there. When you have ammo for this thing, it's great against smaller enemies, and I found myself shooting it around corners a lot, but it still doesn't do enough damage to make mid-level monsters even flinch. Also, they're not the best for close quarters combat. Which means fun, 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 especially on the bridge of the airship, which is where I found out that enemies can shoot through grated floors at you.
Fucking roll!
Now, let me just give you a little diagram here, a little illustration of how fucked you are from this point on in the game. These 2 guys are shooting you with Uzis under the floor long before you could ever see them. This big guy, a lumpy clone, takes a ton of punishment and shoots you, and these other 2 guys on the bridge shoot you. You're getting shot from 5 different angles. Hope you saved your bug spray canisters. So you crash the airship, get a parachute, and jump out, and I haven't seen Gideon anywhere. Did he actually get on this airship? Because now we're heading for the safe house, which I feel like we could have gone to first, since that was our destination 4 levels ago. And we've been traveling a lot in random directions, like, up. A lot of up. It just seems like maybe if we were going in the right direction, before you get to the safe house, you go through a construction zone, as your parachute only lands you within walking distance. And here you find the worst and most broken weapon in the game, the bug spray. Now, from what I can tell, it attacks like a Shikari's acid, except it doesn't hurt the monsters as much as that hurts you, naturally, and it has almost no range. The secondary fire ignites the bug spray with a Zippo, and I would tell you how that works, but I never used it. The wiki says that it works good against Shikari, but it uses my grenade ammo and doesn't work as well as the shotgun, or the Uzis, or the sniper rifle, or the grenades, or harsh language. Wait, we can't go to the safe house yet because we have to run through the same city map from before for a 3rd time.
Fucking roll!
And also go to the cathedral, where you have to fight 1,000 Shikari. And then, oh, here we go. These fuckers. Zealots. They're flying, teleporting assholes who make weird horse noises and explode on death unless you jib them. So every time you see one of these guys, and every time you kill one, you have to haul ass away from them. There are slightly more powerful red ones that I don't actually know the real difference besides the color. I guess their attacks are stronger. Then you do a ton of awkward and obnoxious platforming, with the game being an absolute cock about spawning enemies while you're on narrow ledges. 3 times. In the same room.
Fucking roll!
No, it's not. It's absolutely intentional. It's a dick move by the level designers, and we haven't even started getting into the real dick moves yet. This is an appetizer for the dickishness to come, and a moose boost to prepare you for the grander forthcoming phallic acrobatics. I haven't even gotten to the first boss yet. This is chapter 1 of this game. I haven't finished chapter 1 of this 4-chapter game. Oh my god. Fuck this game with a pineapple. It's not done. It needs to go back in the oven for another few months. How undercooked is this game?
It's fucking raw!
Buckle up, kids. It's gonna be a long one. And then 4 into this one. The damage in this game is some of the wonkiest RNG shit I've ever seen. Random pieces of wood and metal. Look, this gravestone turns into cinder blocks. This thing turns into cinder blocks.
Yeah, let me tell you what. You didn't see anything, okay? Nothing at all. Just keep walking. You saw nothing.
So you go through the laundry again. I feel like embedding 10 single players in someone's upper body might slow them down, but nah. Unless you know exactly where they're going to be, you can't hit them Once you're through the cathedral and the surrounding rooftops and catwalks, you face the first boss of the game, the Naga. Oh yes, we're only at the end of the first chapter. Tell you what, kids, I like my bosses to alternate between ineffectual ground stomps and unavoidable one-hit kill lasers that go through walls. Oh yeah.
Fucking roll!
Just look at the way you enter this room. You can just see the level scripting playing out. You kill the Shikari, and then the Naga teleports in. There's no reason for that Shikari to really be there except to be a button that costs 6 shells to press. And then sometimes, just when I enter the room, the goddamn Naga takes most of my health by... I don't know, I can't explain it.
Fucking roll!
I haven't even gotten within 20 feet. I just got into the room, and I lose what little armor I have and 133 hit points. I go for the 100 health on the other side of the room, and he one-hits me with a laser through a wall.
Oh, you son of a...
So what I did is I waited to kill the Shikari, knowing that its death spawns the boss. So you jump to this other side of the arena where the Naga causes screen-shaking earthquakes to make sure that you fuck that up as much as possible. You can get a triple damage power up at the top and also the voodoo doll. And here's how the voodoo doll works against the Naga.
This could be bad. This could be bad.
Fucking roll!
I ended up just spamming him with bullets from the Uzis while I had triple damage on.
Someone's got to hold the train. These things are everywhere out there. The Cabal must be pretty desperate to be creating such creatures.
These aren't Cabal.
Then what are they?
Hell if I know. What do you care? You don't seem to be having any problems with them.
I don't have problems. I solved them.
V11. The guards have requested that you cease Gordon Ramsay impersonations.
No.
You donkey!
Fuck the police. You're gonna replace those in editing with actual clips, right? Gabriella and Caleb have a conversation through 2 walls about whatever. Monsters from another dimension. What's really important is that we get to the beginning of the next chapter, which is the very first level on a train recycled.
Shoot me!
Another reason. God, kidding.
Fucking roll!
Holy shit, we're at the safe house. It was a convenient subway ride away. Gideon is, in fact, here. Also a cardboard cutout of the creepy twins from The Shining, not that they stay long. When you get close, they disappear. You can't kill them, I tried. So the Cabal safe house is a nasty, dirty tenement block located next to the highway. I mean, right next to the highway. This game has very few tricks up its sleeve, but one it loves is rounding a corner into unavoidable gunfire, which is especially fun when going up stairwells where it can happen at the top of every flight of stairs.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
If you check out this basement-like area, you'll notice this big gun right here. That's a howitzer. Yes, it is a portable handheld howitzer. Oh yeah, let's do this. Right, I almost forgot. This is a fun little quirk of this game. You have 10 weapon slots, 1 to 0 on the keyboard, and each weapon you pick up fills 1. And when you have all the slots filled, you have to drop a weapon from your inventory to get another one. This time it's easy because I still have the useless bug spray canister. Unfortunately, ammo for the howitzer is scarce, and it doesn't deal anywhere near the damage to make it worthwhile. It's a hit-scan explosion, basically, but of course, because the enemies take enough damage to convince me that bullets are actually topical headache remedies, they still take at least 2 or 3 hits before they feel anything. From a howitzer. Guys, I can't anymore. I can't. It's just, look at all of it. They're gonna fucking sue me. Fox is gonna fucking sue me for fucking using Hell's Kitchen, and it's just so
fucking wrong.
Stop. It's just getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. It just keeps spiraling down, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Gideon is just kind of he's just chilling there. He's walking in a wall, but then the scripting starts, and then lab coat Gideon floats because, you know, why walk when you can just...
This better work this time.
Trust me, my calculations are perfectly styled.
You find Gideon again, and then his mad scientist uses a singularity generator again, and another one of the Chosen pop up again, and they're surprised.
Ishmael? This is a surprising development.
Not really. Do you have that thing set to bring back dead Chosen? Because that's all it's done so far. It's more of a plot hole generator at this point. Suddenly, between cuts, they've all boarded this helicopter, which I couldn't possibly hope to shoot down. It's just not possible, unless you consider the fact that I shot down 2 of them from that fucking elevator.
Do you understand how much damage you're doing?
No, Ishmael, I don't. I don't at all.
That's not what I mean. You are the one that binds. Sooner or later, you'll have to face that.
I'll face nothing.
Then know this. We are the Chosen. We are here for you, whether you like it or not.
They're not. Not a single one of them helps you at any point during this game. Blood 2 the Chosen, everybody.
I don't need babysitting.
Oh, yes, yes. Ophelia, too. She was the first to come through.
Would have been nice to see that, since the whole motivation for Caleb's revenge in the last game was her being dead, but she isn't now, so...
Oh, I wouldn't miss this for the world. Then again, you just might end up destroying it.
Then the cutscene ends, the game puts you back inside the door, you walk out, and 2,000 Shikari spawn. I guess I lied about the Chosen not helping you, since Ishmael drops a whopping 25 health when he disappears. Thanks, asshole. That'll really help me around the next corner.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Hope you like that safe house, because now you get to go all the way back through it, and it's been repopulated with enemies. Now it's time for another asshole trap, where one Shikari spawns on top of this dumpster, another one spawns at the entrance to this alleyway, and also a Drudge Lord at the very top. And Drudge Lords are basically the evolution of the Soul Drudges. It's just that now they're huge, launch giant fireballs, and as we've already seen, explosions go right through solid objects and fuck you over. These things become stupidly common as the game goes on. They take way too much punishment, and the game likes to put them at the end of narrow hallways. And when the game has decided that trick isn't enough, it puts 2 of them in. Or 3 of them at a time in a small room. This is about where I learned how useless the howitzer is. Next up is the sewage treatment plant. It's a rehash of the first sewer level, though it's not just the same area copied and pasted, thankfully. But we've still got plenty of that ahead of us, don't worry. Trouble ahead. The Cabal has turned this place into an ambush. Try to get through alive. Isn't that every level? There isn't a ton to say about this level, except that the game continues to ramp up its dickishness. There's this huge open area with a bridge right through the center, and on each side you have unreachable cultists who snipe at you. And in the tunnels between these you have these little bugs that like to jump and latch onto your face, just like the bone leeches, and they make an even more annoying sound. Ah! And they make the screen sway around when they latch on. There's no real point to them being here. You have one face-fucking enemy. More than one is superfluous, so this game has 3.
It's wrong!
Here's my favorite part, because as soon as you round this corner, a cultist insta-kills you with a howitzer. Man, I wish my howitzer did that. Now that I think about it, this voodoo doll is practically useless too. In the first game, it was kind of a novelty item, but in this one, it's a novelty item that does next to no damage. Or maybe it does, and I was just unlucky. The only benefit is that it runs on focus, your magical ammo. But since it took more than half of it to take down a soul drudge, I'm gonna drop it as soon as I see a better weapon. No, wait, sorry, it only takes 2 hits for a soul drudge, and if you use the voodoo doll without a target, you take the damage yourself, so yeah, fuck it.
Stop.
Fun fact, when I died and reloaded my save, that zombie took 3 sniper bullets. We exit the sewers at the meatpacking plant, and just about as soon as you start the level, 2 of these goddamn zealots spawn. And I have so little health from the last level that when we get into the round a corner and immediately get hit by unavoidable gunfire thing, it's always fatal.
Oh, you son of a...
You can also exploit the game's broken AI here, like I did, since they don't respond if one of their friends gets killed in front of them, and also if they don't see you, they won't move while getting shot.
It's raw, come on!
Oh, and also they hide a lot of these face-humping bug enemies around tight corners, and because you have to spam the use key to get them off, when you die, you're already at the load game menu. I guess that's convenient, unless they kill you and you get stuck in this weird, hazy limbo.
Fucking raw!
But you know what? I consider this level a win, because if you're an avid secret hunter like I am, you can find one of the most useful weapons in the game, the Cabalco Death Ray. And right near the beginning of the level, too. It's hidden in a tiny dark alcove that you have to climb a bunch of pipes to get to. You're not even getting this gun early. This is the only time it appears in this game. It's just sitting there. Somebody left this 1950s era sci-fi energy weapon just sitting around. It says fucking Death Ray right on the side, and you know what? It still doesn't do enough fucking damage. This Death Ray, as far as I know, can't one-hit even the weakest cultist. It can stun lock them, and the primary fire can bounce off walls, which can be incredibly useful, even necessary. Except that it can hurt you too, because of course it can. It uses the cells that the Tesla cannon uses, except it does more damage than the Tesla cannon and uses half as much ammo, and it's hidden. I only found it because I'm an obsessive weirdo. The Death Ray also looks a lot fucking better once you walk into this room and get fucked by 2 cultists armed with napalm launchers, and fuck! No available slots. What do I drop? Obviously the howitzer, it's shit. It took like 3 hits with it to take out a zealot, and I assume that this napalm launcher does this attack that's killed me through walls 100 times already. It might be better, you know?
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Worse, it's super fucking fucked.
Play with us forever and ever.
You should be ashamed! Say it's fucking
No, fuck you. These goddamn fireballs have been pushing my shit in over and over again, and now that I can use them, they're garbage! I fucking hate this game. I hate that pretty much from now until late in the game, I have less than 50 health. I catch 1 break when I get hit by this truck, and it's kinda trivial, actually. I expect being the one that binds protects you from vehicle damage, except trains. But these goddamn Shikari don't seem to mind getting run over by speeding subway trains, so why should I? Here's about the time the game really started ritual murdering me, dismembering my corpse, and pissing in my eye sockets. See, because of the whole your weapons do random amounts of damage thing, and since this isn't a modern shooter where you can just run up to an ammo crate and resupply, I started running out of ammo for everything because, as a level designer, it's probably pretty difficult to put enough ammo pickups around to deal with enemies if enemies can take a randomly low or high amount of ammo to deal with. Honest to God, I spent like 5 levels of this game dangerously low on ammo, to the point where I couldn't kill a lot of these larger enemies, so I had to run away. When I came upon this terrible part where I'm blocked in an alley with 2 drudge lords, I ran, and the first time I tried this, my health was low enough to immediately get one hit by a cultist through a window. Cool. Hold on, how do I have 0 health?
It's raw!
And now I get into Horlock Station where, guess what, I have to board another goddamn subway train. But first I have to spend the whole goddamn level with next to no ammo. Somewhere along the way I picked up the orb, another magical weapon, which is as last ditch as you can get. It's basically these things from Phantasm. And if you play as one of the characters with more focus and better magical attributes, say Ishmael or Ophelia, you can use the secondary fire to guide it, but fuck that, it drills into a monster for a while, even right into its head sometimes, and it might buy you a few seconds to use real weapons to kill the thing. The next level isn't a sewer level, and hey, wait a minute, were we supposed to catch a train? Why am I running through more underground steam tunnels? Okay, it turns out that they lead back into the subway station, the one that was gated off before. So now you can fight the third thing that latches onto you, the choking hands, making a return from the first game, except with terrible, endlessly looping, annoying sounds. Great. Also, if you want to put a door between one area and the next, forget that, just use a Drudge Lord instead. You know, cause it's like a door that takes 100 fucking bullets to open. Now that you've successfully navigated through 3 levels to get to the train platform, please enjoy copy-pasted train level number 3. And just all the annoying things the game can throw at you, like 5,000 Shikari spawning in your face. This train level is different though, because you have to jump from one train to another one, which is directly in front of it, and then go through another identical train. Yeah, it's like the exact same thing, except twice. Fucking roll! And the train doesn't crash this time, you just get to the front of it and it ends, and guess what? You're back at fucking Horlock Station. Again. And you do a thing, right, where you round every corner and there's a guy 50 feet away who will immediately fucking shoot you, this time with napalm. Joy! I'm so fucking happy. This is where the game turns into a war of attrition. If you can get 10 feet without dying, that's a win. Look, here's an example. A zealot spawns, of course, and so naturally you move backwards to put some space between you and him. But then a Shikari teleports in right on your ass and insta-kills you. Say what you want about the original Blood's difficulty, shit didn't just appear out of nowhere. Speaking of appearing out of nowhere, here are the Drudge Priests, flying bastards that of course shoot balls and napalm at you, and also lightning. I have to pop in and out for one of them, not even long enough to know if any of my shots land. But the other one gets stuck and I just stand right there and shoot him in his stupid face literally 100 times. Oh, and they drop bone leeches, because of course they do.
Another day, another corpse, another reason for making...
You finally get to the blue line and fuck! It's another guy with a howitzer right around the corner. He wasn't even the one that killed me since I had 2 health, because fuck this game. So I go off and I look for some health and I find the entrance doors from one of the previous times I visited the train station, but they don't open. And also they summon a Drudge Lord who immediately kills you with a fireball. Why? Fucking why? What is the point? There's no ammo or health there. There's no reward for the player for killing it. There's nothing to find up there. It's just the game punishing you for exploring. It's not like I found a useful item and a monster teleported in. I found nothing! The subway leads into the crypts because the artful design of this game lends itself to the feeling of a broken dream, where disparate areas can be connected because that's the logic of the dream. I'm sorry, it's because the game is cobbled together from a bunch of beta content. So now you get to face the game's second boss, the Behemoth, who is the bullet spongiest monster out of all. He's not even that much of a threat. In terms of bosses, I had the easiest time with him. He probably takes more punishment than the final boss of the game, but if you keep far enough away from him and let him get stuck on these pillars he's supposed to be able to destroy, which coincidentally explode into cinder blocks,
Fucking roll!
You just keep unloading on him till he dies. This is the only boss that doesn't have a health bar too. The only problem is that you get slowed down by ankle-deep water, so you have to bunny hop everywhere. Honestly, this might be the easiest part of the game so far. I just unload on him, jump a safe distance away, unload on him again, rinse and repeat. And oh no, he's destroyed all the pillars I can hide behind. Oh wait, it doesn't matter because he doesn't have any ranged attacks. I timed this. It took 2 minutes and 37 seconds to kill this thing. And before I even know that I've done it, Ishmael teleports in out of nowhere and vainly tries to stitch the plot together.
You're thinking about Ophelia. How very touching.
Oh, I'll do more than that.
There is a permanent rift in Gideon's temple. It is a focus for all the damage that is being done. An epicenter, so to speak. You will find Ophelia there.
Groovy.
Yeah, Groovy, your dead girlfriend is no longer dead and is in Gideon's temple, the existence of which again makes me question why he needs a safe house.
Chernobog's destruction opened many doors between the worlds. They can only be sealed by the one that binds. That power lies within you. This reality will perish unless you restore it.
Chernobog was destroyed 100 fucking years ago. Were doors open then? We only waited until now to do something about it? I realize Caleb doesn't really give a fuck.
Let it burn. I never liked this place anyway.
But dude, isn't all your stuff here? Guns, liquor, all that? You think there's gonna be a convenient mirror dimension where all that exists too?
There is another reality forcing its way through the rifts, ancient and ravenous. It is neither good nor evil, it merely is. But it will devour us all. Yes.
Oh my fuck. What is even happening here? So the cutscene ends, you sit there for a couple of seconds before the loading screen starts, and immediately you're in a tunnel watching a car crash into a wall, and you have to lower the bridge. You know what? That's just confusing. I have no idea how I got there, and you get an extra raw just because I'm in a bad mood.
Fucking roll!
But then a Shikari spawns in. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am not feeling too good right now. Oh god, how much of this is left? But then a Shikari spawns in. He's got the killer cough, so you know, it's lung cancer or tuberculosis. I'm not feeling too good right now. Killer cough.
Killer cough.
Now I'm radioactive. That can't be good. Eventually get into the city again, but thankfully not the city again. But also fuck this part too, because 20,000 Shikari teleport in and jump across rooftops, and now a sniper. And why the fuck does this blood just hit the sky and stick to it like there's a solid surface? Fuck this sniper into oblivion. He starts infighting with the Shikari, and I send a ball of napalm his way, and I thought, just for a moment, that maybe, just maybe, my napalm launcher wasn't an insultingly underpowered, useless piece of shit. But then I realized that it just blew him off the rooftop so he could land, still be alive, get a little stuck, and then fucking shoot me again.
Fucking roll!
What? What are you gonna do? I'm already dead now. I'm pretty sure my foot is mutating into a flipper. I'm gonna look like that guy from Robocop by the end of the- Then there's this dude with a napalm launcher and- oh, fuck you, game. Fuck you. Look who decides to show up exactly one level after I already fought him to waste my fucking time and ammo. Alright kids, let's count them down. 20 napalm shots, 224 bullets, 36 shells, 9 bug spray canisters, 1 lucky orb hit, and 37 sniper rifle rounds. Oh, yeah, he got stuck on a fucking lamppost for most of that. The worst part about this is that after I beat him, I looked over at the collection of boxes and garbage cans that were placed about 20 feet in front of where the trigger to spawn him was, which I didn't even pay attention to before because the giant bullet sponge boss from the last level just teleported in out of spunk dunking nowhere and started forcing me backwards like a horde of clear skeletons. Funny thing though, there's a triple damage power up in there, but the whole point of the boss and the design of this area is that the boss pushes you back through the streets. So when the fuck was I supposed to get that? Finally, we're at Cabalco. And we fuck around in there for a while before, oh, look, it's a minigun. Hey, I'll take what I can get. Oh wait, that's right, I have limited slots. When you find the minigun in a normal game, you just pick it up and start blasting.
That's right! Who's laughing now?
That's right. Who's laughing now?
Just cut that shit out and hire a writer. But because this game is fucked, you're not gonna have a weapon slot for it. So this little area designed around getting the minigun and shooting the enemies that spawn here with it doesn't work, because you have to stop, cycle through the weapons, find the one you want to drop, And by the time you've done that, a Shikari's already eaten your face, digested it, pooped it out, and sent it to one of the 3 goddamn sewer levels. I mean, otherwise the minigun is pretty useful. It eats through your ammo, like, well, a minigun. And the wind-up is a little too slow for you to use it when monsters spawn out of nowhere to fuck you, but still, it does more damage than most things. It wrecks the Shikari, which is wonderful.
This is seen perfectly.
So in the course of running around this level trying to figure out where to go, you come upon an office held by Colonel Lingus. Ha ha ha. And then you just— oh, bullshit! Why does his desk explode? Why does his desk explode and spit out ammo that doesn't explode? Why? There are these force fields around this map that I have no idea how to open. It's not the button in this control room. It's not any of these buttons right above the shooting range where I got the minigun. Or is it? Because I found out that you have to blow up these computers to progress, which is cool, I guess, but I had no idea that I was supposed to do that to deactivate the force fields. But fine, whatever, let's just keep going. Get through this hallway that inexplicably has pools of toxic waste in it where the— yay! And you jump up on this ladder which somehow leads you into Gideon's temple, the Temple of Poon. I get it because Ophelia's there, and there's a lingering question in my mind. I'm just wondering if both participants are dead, if it still counts as necrophilia, or if they're undead, or if they're back from the dead for really poorly explained reasons.
I've been dreaming of you all tied up like that.
Prince Charming, I presume.
Hey lady, you were into him too at one point, like 100 years ago, and Caleb seems to be the only thing that hasn't changed.
Give me some sugar, baby.
See, he's still stealing Army of Darkness lines.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Cut me loose, and I'll give you a whole cherry pie.
She's talking about vagina. Undead vagina. Oh yeah, and Gideon's there on screen in full view the whole time. Fucking perv.
I thought you might come here.
Oh, you again.
Of course he's gonna come here, he's chasing you. And even if he wasn't chasing you, you kidnapped his girlfriend, which he's a touch sensitive about. The last time someone fucked with her, it was your god, who he killed.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with a gun.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Why wouldn't he show up there?
Sorry to break up this lovely reunion, betrayer, but I need to keep you motivated.
Why? Why would you do that? Why do you want the homicidal maniac who already killed a god more powerful than you and also hundreds of your followers? Oh, fuck! Gideon wants to kill you so much that he sicks a mini-boss on you, one of the most obnoxious enemies in the game, the Death Shroud, which phases in and out and apparently can only be hit in its face when it isn't phased out, and it's just a bitch. It's not broken or anything, it's just a pain in the ass. They show up in some places and they're almost impossible to see until they're shooting flaming skulls at you that also home in, because, you know, why not? Why? You just fucking... And they have the habit of just shooting those even when you're filling their face with bullets. Because of course, why not? Why have pain states? Honestly, the shotgun is the best way to deal with them, like most things.
Victims? Aren't we all?
Victims. Aren't we all?
And as soon as you're out Gideon's temple, which I guess is built right into the middle of the Cabalco Tower, which makes me wonder where the stained glass windows open up to, since it's just, you know, I don't. You get upstairs and there's another behemoth waiting for you, and I just let him fight with the cultist for a while, hoping he might soften him up for me. And then I put almost 500 bullets into it from the minigun and he's still going. Cool. Okay, fine. Here's my favorite part of this level. It's just the best. You get down these stairs and you have 2 hallways you can go down. To your left is a death shroud, which sucks. And to your right is 2 cultists who will immediately hit you with flares, which also sucks. But if you choose to go to the right and maybe get through the weaker enemies, a death shroud spawns directly behind you because fuck you. You don't even understand, guys. There's still so much left. So I go upstairs looking for a key, and oh good, it's another behemoth. So I die twice trying to kill it, sink most of my ammo into it, and I'm not entirely sure that 20 napalm shots, 224 bullets, 36 shells, 9 bug spray canisters, 1 lucky orb hit, and 37 sniper rifle rounds. Wasn't me just getting lucky with the random damage output, and that it might not take twice that to kill him. So I run around, look for some more ammo, and drop a final 40 bullets into it to finally kill it, leaving me to go to the next level with nothing but fucking flares. Once you're done with this filler level, it takes you... No! God damn it, I'm back here and it's completely repopulated with enemies! Here we are again, back at 0 health. And the game has spawned 2.7 million Shikari. But now this other door is open, so you can go to research and development, which is important because Gideon is there. Did I say Gideon is there? Because I'm lying. He's not. He's not there. So why am I here? Time to do some research of your own, find the wacky scientist, and he just might tell you where he keeps that singularity generator. Why? Why would I want that? Is it gonna bring other Chosen back to help me fight? I mean, I guess that could be good. I do still have this death ray. Is it better than a death ray?
Hello! 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 Welcome to Research and Development, or, as I like to call it, R&D. You may call me, Doctor. I've had some rather interesting subjects lately with all the fluctuations in the cosmic substrate, but I must say I'm especially looking forward to your dissection. Please, proceed to the main lab, and we'll begin the experiment.
Great, okay, sure. Let's just fight 24.6 billion more Shikari, pick up a nearly invisible access card on the floor of this, Shikari cage, and then go into a nearly identical Shikari cage room to shoot more Shikari and maybe get some health from this scientist, and the game crashed. You know what? This game hasn't crashed on me yet despite how fucking weird it acts, so I'm just gonna give this a pass. The scientist just fell right through the floor. I was afraid the game was gonna crash the next time that happened about a minute later, but it was fine.
Ah!
Then there's shit like this. Oh, that's a paddling.
Fucking roll!
There's this area where you have to face 136 trillion Shikari. For all the monsters the scientist claims to have had in his collection, it looks like he only has fucking Shikari. And somehow they managed to make a hole in the floor into this, flooded area with knee-high water and a goddamn drudge priest that's nearly impossible to fight, especially since crouching in this water, which your head is clearly above, causes you to start drowning. And I kill it with the death ray, which ricochets back and kills me, and I haven't quick saved since before this whole goddamn other room full of fucking Shikari. Now it's time to face the evil mad scientist. Well, that was fun. You shoot him so you can hit a switch to open a door to a room with the singularity generator in it, which I have no slots for. Guess where you go next? Right the fuck back to the last map. Yeah, no shit, and now there's another fucking behemoth. Might as well try out this giant gun I just got. Okay, yeah, there's glass there. You can't see it, but it's there. It's almost over, Civvie. You have to find Gideon soon. He can't have gone that far, unless he has another helicopter or airship or something that generates interdimensional portals. Okay, we have a mid-range enemy on our hands here. The game's BFG should take care of it. It doesn't. It actually takes 2 shots. And then there's another one right at the top of the stairs. Looks like we're going back to the death ray. Yeah, the mission objectives in this level tell you to blow up practically everything, and you kind of have to if you want to have any hope of finding the key card that unlocks one of these double doors. You go into the offices, and god damn it, I couldn't even see the death shroud that time. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see it? Go upstairs, and there's another behemoth, because why not? I let this chuckle fuck shoot at him for a while. Then I just don't fight it because I already have the key and don't have to waste all of my ammo. And it's still not over because there's another floor of enemies to kill, and then you have to find this hidden button that opens a secret elevator that takes you to the roof. And for once, there's no cutscene. You just walk out onto the roof, and Gideon's right there, but now he's going Super Saiyan. He has similar bullshit lasers to the first boss. You can find the life leech up here too, but that's a trick, because you still have to empty a slot for it, and while the life leech shoots neat fireballs and gives you health back, using it against Gideon is suicide. You get plenty of health off him, but he takes it away just as fast, so why the fuck is it here? The way this seems to work is you shoot Gideon, he basically teleports away, normally to a position where he can immediately fuck you over, and then he proceeds to fuck you over. So you need to hit him, get behind cover, hit him again, and just keep doing this until he gets bored.
You will never truly defeat me.
Then I'll just have to keep on kicking your ass.
He wants you to follow him, you dumb bastard.
Yeah, Ophelia's right. Also, how the fuck did Ophelia get there? Welcome to the other dimension, kids, because this game is never, ever, ever going to end. It's a battle to the death, preferably someone else's. Gideon's puppet strings can no longer be pulled, and the puppeteer's comeuppance has just come up. Ancient One, are you listening? Then hear this. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention the Ancient One, this big bad demonic force that's been controlling Gideon this whole time from another dimension? Well, the game forgot to mention it until right now. You want to guess what happens as soon as you get into the other dimension? You immediately have to kill another behemoth. I guess this is entertaining anyway. While I'm recharging my health off the thing, this poor cultist, armed only with an Uzi, keeps shooting, and eventually the behemoth gets him into a suicide bomber state. And it weakens the behemoth enough so that I only have to shoot him 139 more times. And then...
I'm just changing into something unpleasant.
Bring it on.
What do you think of my new look?
Ooh, giant spider, oh boy, giant spider fight, because it just wouldn't be right if we didn't have one of those. Gideon's second phase is a lot easier.
Get to hell, tell him I sent you. You'll get a discount.
No, it's not fair. I'll kill you!
Now we just have to get through this level filled to the brim with fireball spamming drudge lords, death shrouds, and this many Shikari. The life leech makes everything easier since you have a way of getting health back now. This is probably one of the easiest parts of the game if I'm being honest, you know? The penultimate level of the game, the one that's really supposed to test your skills. The monsters are still cheap as hell, but I have plenty of ammo. I was using the death ray for most of it. It's a fucking crime that the death ray only appeared in one secret area. And just look at this whole map, the architecture, the sky, the lighting. It's so different from the rest of the cramped hallways that make up most of the rest of this game. It's like we pulled a reverse Half-Life where the other dimension at the end of the game is better than the shit that came before it. That should be worth something. You eventually get to an arena where the objective is to find the portal to the Ancient One. The arena is for another boss rush. Ha! Boss rush, just fucking look at this.
Insect, we are the Ancient One. Bow down before us.
Nah.
You know, I fucking love Caleb, even if he dies like a bitch every 10 seconds.
Oh, you're gonna hurt my feelings.
So they don't all attack you at once, because this game, for some reason, isn't trying to mercilessly slaughter you. Well, I guess it is, or it would be if Ishmael got anywhere near me, and if spamming both Ophelia and Gabriella with the minigun didn't immediately kill both of them. Seriously, Ophelia jibs from the minigun in 0 seconds flat, and then I assume Gabriella portals in right into my minigun fire and also dies. I fought all 3 of them and didn't lose a single hit point. I'm at 300 health, 100 armor. No wonder they die all the time. I guess Caleb's the one picking up the slack in the old days. Here we are, the final boss, the ancient one, the boss of bosses. In the words of some long-forgotten and not-so-long-winded, kill it. Oh, look, it's a giant stationary tentacle monster. Don't let that fool you, though. He'll fuck your shit up. Explosive laser beams that can 1 or 2 hit you at full health and armor. Where have I seen that before? And you can only damage him by shooting him in the eye. And he's got a ton of health, but there's a triple damage power-up if you can get to it. This is gonna be a long, ugly fight, and I'm gonna have to really step it up if I'm gonna beat him. I'm just kidding. If you hide behind this one rock, pop out, shoot him, and pop back in, he can't kill you. Unlike all the other goddamn enemies in this game who have explosive attacks that cut right through walls, not the fearsome ancient one. Okay, just one more time, guys. Just one more time.
It is unadvisable to use the clip again, CV-11.
Doing it.
It's raw, come on!
CV-11, I regret to inform you that the guards have elected to send you to the flame chamber.
Flame chamber? That's insane. Just put a tarp down in here. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus, that was not, whew. That was, I'm gonna need some of these bandages changed soon. That was some Passion of the Christ shit in there. Can I at least see what happens to Caleb and the Chosen, assuming that they're all alive now, which I guess they are? Sure, okay, it makes sense and is in no way undercooked, or as you might say. Hey Doc, this machine just called me an asshole.
It's not over, Caleb. You must seal the rifts. You must rebind the fabric of this reality before it tears itself apart. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff.
The power is within you. It is time you used it.
Okay, just shut up. I need to focus.
So Caleb starts doing his magic, which he now apparently has. And wait, what? What? I didn't edit this. It cuts directly from Caleb trying to seal the rifts with a never-before-seen or used power to this. And then them walking through the credits. Does Caleb really close the rifts? Does Ophelia get her 2 minutes of gift? What the heck actually happened to Gabriel? Or Gabriella? What if Ishmael can't get home? And where did he get those tattoos? Tune in next time as It Burns, It Burns. Enjoy these answers and more soon. We promise. None of these questions are answered, and some of them seem to address things that weren't brought up in the first place. What if Ishmael can't get home? I don't know Ishmael was trying to get home. Where is Ishmael from? Who the fuck is... Does Civvie survive radiation poisoning? Do they ever change his bandages? What happened to all the doctors? Will Civvie ever escape his prison and reunite with his beloved Uncle Frank? Tune in next time for these answers and more. And also an extreme 90s movie with a rapping dog. In the meantime, please enjoy this death reel.